Belize, and good morning. I say good morning, Belize, and good morning. And how are you this morning?
Good morning, Belize. Good morning. Good morning, Belize. This is the morning show, in case you hadn't known about it. I'm Ernesto. This is Tamar, and it is a Thursday morning. It is the 9th day of July, 2026, and we are glad to be in your company.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ernesto. Yes, thanks for locking in and choosing the morning show. It is a beautiful Thursday outside. Oh, it's always so lovely this time of the morning, before everything gets a bit more chaotic, right?
Yeah.
You still have a chance to take control and
Thursday.
command of your morning, especially those of you who like to rise early and get an early start on your day. Let's do it.
That's right, Jai. Thank you for joining us. And we have a packed morning for you. We'll be
do.
talking about swimming and how to, learn to swim, but more than that.
More than that, ocean literacy.
Ocean literacy, that's right. We'll talk about the National Women's Commission will be here
Yes.
to talk about their No Matter What promotion.
That's right. And then Tropic Gas is going to visit with us this morning as well. Who knows what good deals they have? I guess we're going to hear about it when they join us.
And the Salvation Army,
They're having a banquet.
110th anniversary banquet.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder who
That's
went to
huge.
the first banquet.
I don't know.
For us, 110 years ago.
Yeah, let's find out. And then Monica Nunes, she has some cash for you, Ernesto,
Oh, yes?
with Quartz Ready Cash.
Alrighty.
So we'll discuss all of these topics when we come back from the break. Before we take the break, 64 played in the Bolero.
64 playing the
6-4.
Bolero. Yeah, and it is a Thursday. Tamar, you know what they call Saturday and Sunday the strong days?
I didn't even know they call them the strong days. Please
Yes,
tell me why.
They are the strong days because the other days are weekdays.
Ah, weekdays. So, all right, I'll keep that one in mind. Thank you.
You had to laugh.
I laughed inside. I LOL'd inside.
You
All right. We'll take the break. We will be right back.
Yes, welcome back. This is the morning show, bright and early on this Thursday morning. If you have any big plans today, well, I hope they are work out. Everything is successful and you end the day feeling achieved. You know, that's a good feeling to have every day
Accomplished.
now.
That's right. Definitely want to feel accomplished at the end of the day.
All right. So not achieved.
Well, they're synonyms, Ernesto, especially in the context we're using them.
All right.
Is that okay?
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to be using a bit of technology
This morning.
to connect with our first set of guests this morning. Joining us via Zoom, we have Miss Andrea Villanueva. She is the founder of Successful Swimming and Smiling. We also have Dr. Tiara Moore. She's the CEO of Black in Marine Science. Ladies, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, I guess we could ask Dr. Moore to tell us what is BIMS.
Yeah.
Yeah, so BIMS is a nonprofit based out of the U.S. And the goal is to celebrate Black marine scientists that exist in the field, spread environmental awareness, but also inspire the next generation of scientific thought leaders. So we do this through a multitude of programs, but the one we are excited about to be hosting here in Belize is our BIMS Swims program. And we're partnering with Successfully Swimming and Smiling, a Belizean-based organization, to make sure our next generation not only has ocean safety, but understands marine science as a career.
Well, let me ask you first, ladies, where are you right now?
So we are in Placencia.
Oh, you're in Placencia. Okay, lucky you.
They know it. They know it.
We're not going to disagree. Well, we have to be, on the water to teach the kids about the ocean, get them actually in the water. So we're right down here in Placencia running the program.
Well, tell us more.
Yes, tell us
Yeah.
more about some of your work in Placencia, in Belize, and what the summer has in store for you ladies.
So we are right in the middle of BIM Swims right now. So we started this program back in 2023 with the goal to just get more folks safe and feeling comfortable in the ocean. Because a huge part of the reason I started Black in Marine Science is because of the lack of diversity you see in the field. This is a huge career, but yet less than 2% of folks have PhDs who look like me. And so you have to think about, well, why? And we know there is, generational trauma, historical trauma. There is stats that say, Black youth and folks who live near the coast are more likely to drown because they don't necessarily have access to those swim lessons. And so we thought, well, if we want to have more marine scientists, instead of pushing people out of the field, what if we created a program where we actually brought people in? And so that is one of our core programs, is just let's get folks comfortable in the water and then actually show them how to be a marine scientist for a week. So we start with getting comfortable in the water, but then we lead all the way up to a snorkel trip that we're going to be doing later today, where they get to go and see what it is to be, a day in the life of marine science. Look at the coral reef, look at the fish, actually have that experience.
Wow, I think this is amazing. When we have people who don't exactly look like us, or maybe the culture is very different, trying to protect our resources, I think it can cause some skepticism. But definitely seeing more representation in the field, I think that's a great move.
How do they go about doing that? What's a typical, I won't call it a lesson, but what's a typical day like when you get somebody in the water? First thing, I'm intrigued by the swimming and smiling. I can't swim and smile at the same time.
I can't do that. I can't.
I'm
fighting for my life.
Yeah.
You achieved it, you're smiling and enjoying it.
So how do you go about getting someone who's maybe scared of getting in the water or feeling I don't belong in there? How do you do that?
Hi. Actually, the name Successfully Swimming and Smiling is because I do it from the soul. I've always wanted to do it, but I couldn't. I had to survive and keep a regular tour guide. And then as that BIMS came along and found me and sponsored the trip, I was able to expand my dreams, right, to help other Belize. And if I can do it for the foreigners that's coming in here as a tour guide ambassador, I want our younger generation to see it because my dad was a fisherman. In Placencia, and all I knew was to take from the sea. But now that I became, as Belize advanced, I realized that there's much more to the sea because now hardly any female would have hold a license to a captain, a dive master, fishing license, everything I have just in, so, and I plant coral, doing coral restoration. So I said, wow, the sea has more than just eating the fish and the lobster from it, right? I need to put back because this is what we breed, right? And then I slowly found myself doing coral restoration, fragments of hope, become a marine scientist. I didn't go to university, but knowledge of life taught me how to do these things. And I wanted a younger Belizean to see that from elementary, so that as they go along, they can decide even gender, female thing, we don't have to out there, although it's a male dominated out there, but I'm here to tell them I'm still here and it's still fun, right? And I'm 53 and I love every minute I cast a net, get some bait, I will eat, so I want them to know that I don't use all the license that I have right away, but if one thing should fall, the other. So the success of the swimming and smiling came from, like, when you finish, you will be smiling doing it because I have all the patience. If you want to learn how to swim, you will learn and you will learn. I have all the patience and humble, but I'll get you there because so many people are drowning, right here in Belize. People, when I tell my nephew, people are drowning, he's like, were you teaching swimming in Placencia? I'm like, you know how many people, older people my age, ain't swimming, right? Some of them worry about their hair, and I'm here to show that my hair is still going, right? Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's one of the questions I had too, because Ernesto put it out there. But what are some of the things that people are afraid of when it comes to getting in the water? What stops them from being comfortable in the ocean?
Okay, that's exactly what I do the first day. But if I don't get to talk to them one-on-one right away, I put them in the water right along the edge of Placencia Beach, and then I go around and talk to them. And before they do get in there, if I meet some, interact with them, I can detect it right away after I ask them. I'm like, the only way you will learn, you got to be honest with me. And many people, when we were younger, they shove people in the water. You that punk or you that this, and shove them in the water.
That's what they did me.
That's not the way. You know how many people traumatized up to this day about it? And so I come to change that, right? And I tell them, trust, like I said, I know before you probably got shoved in the water, but I won't do it. I go in their ears. When I put them on their back, and I talk in their ears, and before the day, they're successfully swimming and smiling. They're smiling to see what they're achieved. Mama, look what I can do now, So that's my plan, to start off there, and then we go up from there.
What about the people who are afraid of the sharks or, the unknown?
Okay, I'm here to tell them that I'm here all my life as a fisherman daughter. I live along the sea. I have 10 fingers, 10 toes. I dive with hammerhead shark. I dive with reef shark, all the shark you can think about. But to give them the message, we're all spoiled meat to them. They don't want it.
Yes, I agree. That's what I hear. With his mother here.
I make it fun for the kids and for adults, right? We're still alive, and they don't want me. They look at me and pass me just like I'm nobody.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's not about knowing it. You gotta know it. Once you know it, then you don't have to worry. You don't fear nothing. I don't fear nothing in the sea. Nothing.
Is it a myth that if you have a cut or you have bleeding that they're more attracted to? Is that real?
You see how connect I am? I knew that was good. Your next question to me. I was gonna say a woman on their thing, they like to ask me about it. I tell them, no, just it's normal. I work with that. I have no excuse. I gotta eat, and nothing happened.
Okay.
Nothing. It's normal, right?
All
I get caught many times off the boat, not the shark, and I still go down there. And my month as a woman, I still go and dive.
Okay.
Where exactly are you having these sessions, these lessons?
We have them down by the point. Depends how the breeze blow. If it's too rough, another sargassum on the east side. We go on the south side where the point is, where the lobster fest had just been held.
Okay.
But there are some cautions you need to take when you get into the sea, don't you?
Oh yeah, well yes, that's why I give my briefing before they get in the water, and I don't take them. We have some some bark that they cannot pass, and so the swimming area. So I let them know, and I let them know about the jellyfish. You get stung by a jellyfish because before people had gotten stung by it, right? And now a little girl, when after we finished our session for the week, we asked them what was the best part. To be surprised, that little girl, I was so scared. After I spoke to her, she got stung by jellyfish and she was screaming. And I took it and I put the remedy, which is either you take the sand and rub it, or you take some pee if you don't have the needle.
You have to pee on it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she's like, wow, it stopped. So he said, wow, this is like the. And then when the night with Belize City, we had the group of them, because we had a group from Belize City.
Yeah.
She said that was my favorite part. No, I'm not afraid of the water because I know how that it doesn't kill you, right? But people think that jellyfish is gonna kill you. It doesn't. It's just
Yeah.
like a normal sting.
Okay.
I think that's the most beautiful part about BIM Swims is the whole, we're not just teaching folks to swim or you're just not frolicking in the ocean. This is a career. People go out to protect the ocean, and we know, as Andrea mentioned, it's the reason we're all breathing. It produces more than half of the oxygen we're all breathing. So when we're talking about representation, we should want everyone, literally everyone who could be working to protect the ocean to be there, because it's so vital for us to live. And so that's why we want to change the mindset of these
Right,
kids of
right.
like, hey, this is a really important career. We need black, white, everybody working in this space, and we shouldn't be left out when we know our communities are the one who live right there on the ocean. We should be the first in the line for these jobs.
agree.
Some of these really high paying jobs. So that's why, again, we really put them in and say, hey, these are the things we're doing as marine scientists. Like, hey, yes, you should be able to just float. You should be able to tread in the water because you're going to be doing surveys. Yesterday, we actually had to cancel because of inclement weather. As a marine scientist, this happens to me a lot. I planned a whole field day. I got all my stuff prepared. And then the weather says no. So I have to make my changes and make my plans.
Yeah.
So these are real things that are occurring that I deal with as a scientist wherever I'm traveling globally. And so where we really want to show them how they can be a marine scientist in the career and what it looks like day to day, and then have that real conversation. Yes, we understand there's fear, but you have a whole group of folks, and there's safety in numbers, and especially people who care about you and your livelihood. And I think that just brings a piece to the overall program. We aren't saying, hey, we want you to do this. It's not very strict. It's very
Yeah.
chill. It's very relaxed.
Now let's talk about
Yeah.
safety, right? A lot of us Belizeans, when we go out into the ocean, it's on a boat. It might be in a bikini. We remember to bring alcohol.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, sometimes we don't remember to bring enough water.
Oh, not the
What
water, the
about
bikini.
sunscreen, right? So, what are some of the ways that we can make sure that we're safe when we are on the water or in the water?
Definitely. I mean, yeah, staying hydrated is always important. Andrew's like, you got something. But that is, like, when we are doing this program, we're in very shallow areas until we go into do the snorkel trip. Of course, we have life jackets. We have all those things. We have life teams, trained tour guides that are working with us, led by our lead instructor. So those are things that are important. But also just having an understanding of the weather. Now, just because, like, I've had this program, we paid for things, oh, we're just going to go out there during inclement weather, that's never safe. We should never do that. Of course, things like changing currents, changing tides, those are important. So those are the things that we're looking out for. Because again, when you're at work, somebody's just expecting you to go do a job, but you need to be able to say, no, this isn't a safe situation. We
Yeah.
need to call for this day.
You know, the more I hear you, the more impressed I am by what you're doing. So how long does this last? Because you have to start me out getting my fear away from me, getting in the water. Eventually, when I finish the program, I should have a level of education on how to
Yes.
to secure and respect the ocean. How long is the program?
A week.
It's actually 1 week. It's
1 week?
but it's an intense week. And the first day, I would say, you can believe it or not, we have had kids crying, didn't want to leave their parents. By the end of it, they are
They don't want to
floating,
go back to their parents.
smiling. They don't want to leave. And it's because of our method. It's because we have a group of Belizeans teaching Belizeans. We have folks like Andrew here saying like, hey, you can do this. I got you. She's right there with you. And so we really make it very comfortable. And we also have the class size where we have enough structures and enough, participants, adults, if you will, that are making sure all the kids feel comfortable. And then we talk and we have good food. We bring in, rice and beans and all of that for lunch. And so we really make it a full cultural experience so everybody feels good. So we have literally seen folks crying to not waiting to come back by day one. Then day two, they are, starting to do more of the actual laps and skills and things like that. Up until now, we're on day 4. And I just told you, we had to postpone yesterday, but we still are going to move forward with our snorkel trip. And this is a huge step forward for them because they've already been asking, they've been bringing things to us. What's this? What's this? So now they get to put on a mask and actually see in the ocean today.
And then
Okay.
we would tell them what it is. Like if we see a sea cucumber, I would tell them when I'm talking to the kids, them like the same way I do it for the Americans or the people that I tour. I would tell Belizean, just like a broom sweeps a house, the sea cucumber filters the bottom of the ocean, filtered it so that we can keep it transparent so you could see. This is why it's important for us to leave it in the water, right? And the parrotfish make and break the reef, right? So by that I mean it has a special filter in its gill. It's the only fish that eats the dead corals. After it eats it, poop is actually turning to sand. So most of the island you're walking in is parrot poop. That's
Wow.
what sand from.
Amazing.
I love it. Yeah.
So I
Doctor-
didn't go to know. Yeah, but I learned life knowledge. That's my university degree.
Dr. Moore, as a marine scientist, what are your thoughts on the impacts of sunscreen on the corals and the reef?
I was gonna tell her that. Eco-friendly sunscreen. I was gonna mention that, just not the end of that. I prefer not to use much or say that you need to take that. But what you could do is look for the eco-friendly, because the coral that we plant, when we go naturally. We don't even put on deodorant. We wash our hand with joy and we go with nothing on us. Because I've been planting coral for 12 years, right? We have the second largest Fragments of Hope, second largest restoration in the world, right?
Wow.
And I'm part of working on that too, right? So with that, we try not to use nothing. We use the long sleeve, which is you could block the sun and keep you warm when you're cold.
Okay.
Or if it's reverse. So we prefer use the shirt. If you need to cover your face with a little, you shouldn't even put a lot, because if it gets in your eye, you'll scream.
Wow.
So I personally hardly use it.
So you do the dry fit or the swimsuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
The shirts them. And to tell you the truth, the water, once you know how to take care of your hair as a lady, you just, once I take a little gallon with me, and in the middle, because it's like 50 years now I've been going in the sea, but I had to cut off half of it, if you see, because it's going too thick, and when I
wow.
dive into it, it's heavy, right?
Yeah.
And most people my age have their hair dropping right now. My one is getting too thick, So I don't know, but I guess I'm a Pisces for life.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Water baby.
No, this is important. I remember as a little boy, of course, the sea was a lot different then. We would actually pull the starfish out of the sea and put it in the sun to dry. So we could take it. We could take it home.
Because we weren't educated.
That's
myself
right.
to
We
do
didn't
all of
know
that.
better. We didn't realize
Exactly.
this was a live creature. You take it out of the water, and we used to do that on purpose. I
Wow.
put it
I
in
did
the
that
sun
too, the little
to
savages.
dry. So when it dries, we take it home and use it as decoration.
Decoration, ornament.
Decoration.
You know, it's
Even the jellyfish.
Yeah.
Too thick.
right. That's right. So how long is the program going to be for? I mean, how many kids do you have now? Are you going to have more than
One
One session?
yeah.
One session is
Yeah, so we have one session. We do it each summer. We've been able, like I said, since 2023. This year, though, I'm excited to say is our largest class we've had. We have 27 students this year. We did some, more outreach and engagement. Folks largely are from St. Bite here in Placentia and Mango Creek, in Santa Cruz. And so the class is definitely growing. And so, like I said, it's a week. This week, we are nearing the end. We're doing our snorkel trip. Today, we're heading out to Bullock Island to go and show the kids an experience. And then tomorrow, they will be doing a tour of and seeing some actual marine scientists in the lab working with another project we have going on with our Sargassum initiative, Bloom to Business. And so again, that is the goal, to really get them hands-on experience in the water, but then also show them, let them see the career in real time. They're actually going to be doing some experiments tomorrow when they get to the lab. So they really will have been exposed to all the different things I do in my day-to-day as a marine scientist, with the goal of them just opening up their minds. And I will say, we had a girl last year who said she already knew she wanted to be a marine scientist. I mean, she already knew she wanted to be a scientist, but after the program, she was like, oh my gosh, now I want to be a marine scientist. I didn't know this was a job. So she was very excited about that.
What ages are you catering to?
So we have, 8 to 15?
8 to 15? And how's the gender balance, boys and girls?
It's actually really well balanced. It is almost half and half.
It's what I hope for.
I want to say it is like 2 more girls because it's 27, so it's
Yeah.
not exactly even. But yeah, it is a really good balance of boys
Yeah.
and girls. And also them working together, even in the water. When we're doing some of the skills, we say, okay, you need to float on your back for a minute. You need to tread water for 30 seconds. Because again, these are things that they're doing in surveys, and you can see them excited, counting for each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, we have them hold their breath see who can hold their breath the longest. Just because again, these are things that may happen and you don't want them to be nervous, but you get them excited, and then now it's a competition. I can hold mine longer. I can hold mine longer. So they really are rooting for each other, and that's what helps to build the whole experience. Because again, these are all kids that they see around the neighborhood. They're going to see them when they get home, but now they have this experience to talk about that they have together, and now they can hold each other accountable as they continue to grow up. And then that's, again, the beauty of BIMS and our network of support, because it's not just this one-time program. We do a whole pipeline of programs that they'll have access to as well.
You're changing the whole mating ritual by the seashore. You know that? I mean, I remember in my days, the girls would be on the beach being helpless, and us guys would, show off in the water. And when the girls went in, we would rescue them. Apparently, that's not happening anymore.
Sir.
We have bigger fish to fry, right? But ladies, as you work with these children, I know one of the things you discuss are some of the environmental threats, climate change, but right now it's more real than ever, especially for kids and families who live on the coast. What sense do you get, or what is your takeaway from these kids that you discuss these threats to the environment? Is there fear there? Are there a lot of questions?
I wouldn't say fear. I think they're just more curious. I think it's the context of, oh, I don't just live here. When Andrew explains the parrotfish, and even while we were swimming, we're swimming, they're bringing shells and they're bringing pieces of coral, and they're showing and saying, I'm like, hey, y'all, this is actually what builds the beach. You really shouldn't take it because it's going to break down, and that's build the beach. It's like, oh, wow, this makes sense. So now when they're thinking about erosion and they're thinking about their homes and sea level rise and all those things, those being lost, they can say, oh, wow, no, these are the things we need to do. So I think it's more of these like aha moments every day where they're like, oh, wow, we could be a part of the solution and not the problem if we just knew.
Okay.
And I think that's what's so exciting about the program, is just giving this an opportunity, because I didn't learn about marine science until I was already in college. I was already on this path, and then I just happened to take a class. I was like, what? People are getting paid to work at the beach.
Amazing, right?
Like, as scientists, again, we love our tour guides and our tour guide industry, but there is huger and larger opportunities in innovation in science that can really change the game of Belize's economy. And so that's what I would love to see across all of the coastal communities.
Well done, ladies. Well done. I'm
Thank
impressed.
y'all.
Yes, I love the
Impressed.
energy and the enthusiasm
Yes,
so
I
much.
certainly do. Can I take the course?
Yes, you can.
I can.
Listen, we have actually, Andrea has been approached like some by the parents, by some policemen,
Yes.
by some other folks. So we
Yeah.
are really working to expand the program and actually have an adult class. So I will take you up on that. Once we have it open, I will hit y'all up and please come on down to Placencia and
Thank you,
join
Awesome.
us.
ladies.
Ladies, thank you so
Tiara,
very much.
Andrea, thank you for
Thank
joining us this
you.
morning and starting off the morning right, I think.
The ocean is waiting for you, all right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, we out.
All right, people.
You
It is
take
a
care.
minute past 7 o'clock. That was refreshing.
I think so.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about some issues that affect women and girls and what we can do about it.
Once again, good morning, and it's already 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. We'd like the morning to fly.
It's definitely moving along, and we have some guests with us in studio. We have Mr. Steve Berry. He is the film director and as well as producer and writer for No Matter What. And we also have Ms. Stacy Castillo Gladden. She is a program officer with the National Women's Commission. Good morning. Welcome.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Great
Thank
to
you
be
for
here.
having us.
Good morning.
Now, this is an unusual pairing.
I think we have the thinking the same direction. Something's going on here.
And would you like to know what?
Yes, we would.
no.
Can you tell us?
No, she can't.
All right.
Well, as you mentioned, my name is Ms. Stacy Castillo Gladden. I'm from the National Women's Commission. I'm a program officer there. We got this initiative through a very close stakeholder of ours, Ms. Beverly Gutierrez. Mr. Berry reached out to her asking her to, give the funds from his film to her organization, because she's a community activist who does a lot for her community. And Ms. Beverly said, hey, why don't you reach out to National Women's Commission? And we decided, hey, we want to be a part of it because Mr. Berry does amazing work. He is the one who directed the No Matter What show, which is a famous Belizean, drama series. And just to add, it is coming back soon. I hope soon. Mr.
We're
Berry
working
will
on it.
share
Season 5.
about when it's coming out, and it will
I
be
think we
having.
just finished, at least here showing season 4. Was that it?
Well,
we're still showing it.
No, I think we just, they're having re-shows
Yes.
on television.
Yes.
And, of course, we had the 20th anniversary retrospective screening back in November at the Bliss, which went very well.
Okay.
It was very well received, and it actually looked really good up on the screen
Well,
after
it's
20 years.
it's pretty
So we
good.
decided
It's
to
pretty
break
good.
it off the shelf and do a season 5.
We could talk a little bit more about that, but let's talk about the commission.
Yes.
Tell us first the work you do.
Well,
the
at the
commission.
national commissions, we deal with policies and legislation, and we do awareness and advocacy and try to educate the public, And some of the work that we have been doing, we are doing gender awareness. We did consultations on the new DV bill that was passed. And so now we're just trying to, collaborate with our different stakeholders, trying to, continue to educate and build awareness about the different issues that are plaguing our country, one of which we are well aware of is the domestic violence. And through film and storytelling, it shows what people are actually going through, And one of the good things about it is a Belizean context. So
Yeah.
you can relate to
yeah.
and understand and feel, how or what are the emotions that these victims or survivors are going through at the moment.
How you pay for all of this?
Well, as you heard, it's a fundraiser event, right?
Yeah.
So of course,
So
it's
you depend on funds.
it's a lot of collaboration.
Yeah.
So we must say thanks to Niche, who gave us the Bliss Center free of charge, and so we will be having the event tomorrow. It's a family event. The tickets are $20 starting at 7 p.m. We will be having foods and snacks on sale, and you guys can come out to Bliss and see what it is about. We'll be having 9 short films.
Yes, 9 shorts.
Okay.
We started to watch one, and so far it was very captivating. And we wanted to wait, like the rest of, like everybody else
No
to
spoilers,
see.
right?
Yeah, no spoilers. But I must say it was very intriguing. Mr. Coleman, one of the program officer, he started to watch it, and he was just like, oh man. And so I must say, guys, it is something that is very interesting.
Yeah. How were these 9 films selected?
Well, again, since this is the Women's Film Commission, I've decided to use my female lead film selection. I've got about 12 different film possibilities.
Okay.
And I've got the female lead, I've got science fiction, I've got horror, I have my documentaries. I have one called In Front and Behind the Camera, where I've acted and directed. I've got my Philly Trio, which is when I lived in Philadelphia in the late 80s. I did 3 short made-for-TV movies through the Minority Board of